It's Thursday, July 6th, and time for your Barbados Today morning update. Thanks for joining us. I am Frenella Wedderburn. Our top story at this hour: Barbadians who are desirous of installing solar water heaters in their homes will have to dig deeper into their pockets as a result of the taxes announced in the recent budget. According to the people involved in the renewable energy sector, the cost of an average-size photovoltaic system for homes will rise by some $600. But not only that, some operators fear their businesses will not survive the 10% National Social Responsibility Levy, which went into effect on July 1, and the 2% on foreign exchange transactions, which will be implemented on July 17.
For my business, for sure, the full 12% would basically be passed on. I had absorbed the 2% previously, so I never passed on that 2% before. What might be considered, certainly by my company and maybe others, is to just pass on the 8% instead of passing on the full 10%, right? But that's still up for consideration.
That was Jerry Franklin, the managing director of InSmart Inc. It's a similar situation for Caribbean LED Lighting Inc., whose executive chairman, Jim Reed, says consumers should brace themselves for steep increases in the prices of energy-efficient products.
It's going to mark up things considerably. Now, fortunately, there's only some special lamps that we import, finished products. Most we bring in as component form, so we don't pay duty on those. But we're now having to add NSRL onto our production costs. So traditionally we compete with products brought in from Asia, finished products brought in from Asia, where our competitors don't have the manufacturing overheads, they don't have the manufacturing staff, they don't have all the equipment, manufacturing equipment, and they just bring product in, mark it up, sell it on. And they've traditionally been cheaper than us. Now with this extra NSRL, we will be potentially more expensive, even more expensive. So this is a real blow to manufacturing. It's a disincentive to manufacturing.
Meantime, shop stewards of the island's major trade unions will meet today for talks on the austerity measures. Following the meeting, they are expected to determine the next course of action in response to the budgetary proposals, which they say will increase the cost of living. Ahead of the meeting, President of the National Union of Public Workers, Connie McDowell, made it clear that the union will not be backing down from its call for relief for its members. Housing Minister Dennis Kelman is clearing the air on claims that he did not extend a helping hand to storm victim Teresa Walks. The St. Andrew woman, who is living in a one-bedroom house in Babylon Road with her two teenage sons, told Barbados Today she has been waiting for 7 years now for the Rural Development Commissioner to deliver on its promise to help her since her home was destroyed in 2010. However, Minister Kelman insists efforts have been made to assist Walks.
I am investigating matters. Her house was damaged by trauma. She was given a house by RDC, who also initially paid the land rent for her. And the rent that she is speaking about right now is not rent for a house, but rent for the land that she's on, which is a normal thing and a normal cost for her to carry. And I'm told that they also had done an estimate. And I know I'm told that she said that she spoke to me, and I said that I could help her with material, which I would have passed on, most likely to RDC. So it would have been for her to follow up. As you will appreciate, that there are many persons like her who would be in need, and I would have been passing the various information. And the part of she calling me and not getting through to me, I'm a bit shocked.
A third man has been charged in connection with the murder of 18-year-old Michael Omar Edwards. He is 35-year-old Jason Ainsley Wilson of Wildy Garden, St. Michael, who will appear in the District A Magistrates Court today to face the indictable charge. Edwards of Bartlett Tenantry, Sergeant's Village, Christchurch, died on February 2nd from multiple gunshot wounds. Now, 28-year-old Kimar Grenville Stout of Block 3E Bottom Close, Wildy St. Michael, and 26-year-old Livardo Rogelio Hines of Durance Lodge Road, Christchurch, are currently on remand at HMP Dodds on the same charge. Residents are being encouraged to keep their marine surroundings clean. The plea came yesterday from Rudy Grant, the Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association, as divers from the Barbados Blue were conducting a beach cleanup for the first time ever.
It's important that we keep our environment clean for the enjoyment not only of present Barbadians and visitors, but for future generations of Barbadians and visitors as well. So we want to encourage Barbadians to pay special attention and focus to the environment, both on land as well as sea, so as to ensure that those attributes which we have, which allow us to positively showcase Barbados as a tourism destination.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Get your yams and potatoes. Wait, my girl, how you want to see you for long?
I got how you keeping, but you don't sell the nation paper no more.
But that paper is selling. This month now I stop selling that. Look, one time I would have make a little dollar on the Sunday sun. But when Sunday night, I still trying to get the weather there.
Well, you know you can't call that the Sunday sun no more. You're going to call that Sunset News. Call at no time that news stale.
People complain that them ain't got nothing in it to read, and the price keep going up all the time. A woman abused me so sick the other day, telling me that she does read Barbados today online for free. I couldn't take that abusing soul, so I switched to my potatoes and yams.
Well, let me tell you, if pork selling, you got to raise pigs. How much for the yams?
Oh, 75 cents a pound.
But that's cheaper than that stale news. Give me...
How much you want?
£1.
Only a pound? Anyhow, these eating real good. Let me wrap them up for you. Come.
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
CARICOM leaders trade words over the future of regional carrier LIAT. Incoming chairman, Grenadian Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, is proposing an overhaul of the airline's structure. But two of his regional counterparts suggest Mitchell is off track as they stoutly defended the airline. Our Sandy Dean has the story.
In the eyes of the incoming CARICOM chairman, Grenada's Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, LIAT is simply not working. He told the opening of the 38th CARICOM Heads of Government Summit on Tuesday that the current structure, which allows politicians to sit on the airline's board, is bad for business, suggesting that LIAT would fare better in private hands. He charged that the airline's decision to pull one of its services from St. George's may have been political. He went on to bemoan the high cost of interregional travel and urged his colleagues to agree to reduce airline taxes and other fees. In reaction, two of his regional colleagues suggested Mitchell was off course. Chairman of LIAT's regional shareholder governments, Dr. Ralph Gonzalez, rubbished suggestions that there was political interference in LIAT's affairs and dismissed calls for the carrier to be privately owned. He challenged Mitchell to put his money where his mouth is and invest in the airline. For his part, Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister Gaston Browne also hit back at Dr. Mitchell, saying talk was cheap, and those who made no contribution to LIAT had no authority to demand increased services from the airline. Sandy Dean, Barbados Today.
And finally, the Venezuela government says it will investigate Wednesday's attack on the opposition-controlled National Assembly. According to reports, several lawmakers were injured when some 100 government supporters brandishing sticks and pipes burst into the National Assembly following a session to mark the country's independence.
Dozens of pro-government activists stormed onto the grounds and attacked opposition politicians. Reports say at least 12 people are hurt, and journalists reporting from inside say they were also targeted. It is the latest outbreak of violence in a country struggling with a deepening economic and political crisis. Dozens of people have been killed.
And that's news. But there is more on our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, our email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals and screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Or tune in to Mix 96.9 FM for the very latest. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good morning.